Roasting green coffee is sometimes terrifying. I'll look at green coffee before I roast it, and I think this coffee took a full year of wonderful care by the producer, and I'm only going to have that coffee for a few minutes to bring out all of that terroir and quality and attention and care that producer spent. And so when I'm roasting coffee, I really want to pay homage to that producer. And in 12 minutes or so, in a small batch roaster, you'll have roasted coffee. Well, roasted coffee goes through an amazing amount of scientific principles, from drying out the moisture that's in the green coffee and it becoming a tan color and smells like hay because it's dry, to starting to brown, and that browning is called Maillard reactions, and these reactions that are happening as they're tumbling in the drum and hot air is passing over them, and they're coming into contact with one another, and conductive and convective heats are happening, and the finished roast becomes the signature of the roaster operator. Well, I can only highlight the character of the coffee that I'm given. And so if this coffee scores extremely well, it's my job to make sure that I roast it extremely well so that you can enjoy that cup character. And the roasting process can actually lend a character of its own. If I were to under roast, meaning underdevelop the coffee, it would have too much of a grass-like character to it, and you wouldn't really understand just how quality that coffee was. If I were to over roast this coffee and give it a roast character, well, then you've taken away from the natural character of the coffee as well. So there is a fine line of bringing out the utmost quality of character of that coffee. Now, I talk about roasting with another favorite food. I love salmon. I love sashimi salmon. I love smoked salmon. I loved baked salmon. I love salmon. Well, to me, sashimi salmon has an extremely different character than baked salmon. Well, smoked salmon also has its own unique character, and if you were to smoke salmon too much, it would taste more like smoke and less like salmon. Same thing happens with roasted coffee. And so if I'm going to roast coffee, I'm going to be careful and cautious not to over roast it so that I'm going to take away from the character of the coffee. You can roast poorer quality coffee that gives it roasted character that is pleasing, particularly when it's combined with milk and sweeteners to remove or balance out some of the bitterness of the coffee. But the cup character and quality of the origin is best highlighted in a lighter roasted coffee. Not too light, but a lighter roasted coffee.